Yes, yes. I given a host to you. Now we can share your
Okay.
screen. Yeah.
Yeah, sharing. Uh,
You can start from beginning. Okay.
yeah. So, hi, good morning, and welcome to the Velocity course. So, for course related content and for the training, you can contact to svsectoftechsoft@gmail.com and on this number anytime for demo or for training purpose and for more details. So, what the velocity is? Velocity is that is on top of your Salesforce, where it provides you an infrastructure where you can build your application with on cloud, and you can access those applications from anywhere with minimum usage of code. With just a configuration, you can manage your products and place your orders successfully. Also, velocity provides us a very good kind of coding, non-error prone coding, exact code for the customers as per their need and requirement. So with velocity, what else we can do is we can manage your product catalog. We can have a guided journey for our end customers. That is again with the only with the configurations, and at the end we can manage the order, and we can successfully deliver that order through velocity to your end customers. So today's agenda is what the velocity is and how it works. The industry clouds and velocity, we do have in the velocity provide services in multiple industries. Then the advantages of the velocity, will understand the basic velocity components, and will go through the success community and the velocity university, that is for the documentation purpose and for your course review. There are more courses where you can go through from the velocity university. That's all for we'll cover for today. So so there are three services in the Salesforce, not in the Salesforce, but generally on the cloud. Ours is infrastructure as a service, where that is a top layer on the multi-tenant architecture, where it provides the whole infrastructure like your servers, your storage, your network, everything will be there, right? So, but then the SaaS comes, where software as a service, where we build a software and we provide it to end user. So what end user can do without installing that software into their mobiles or into their devices, they can access that software and the interface online with just an internet connectivity. So they don't need to install the software, and they don't need to maintain any kind of software upgrades and all. Then comes platform as a service. So where velocity lands in the platform as a service. So that is the layer above the infrastructure as a SaaS, where end users or the not end users, developers like us can come with the requirement, and we can build our application on top of the infrastructure as a service using a platform as a service, right? So we can build our application for end users, like for the order management journey or for the coding journey or to buy any software. So that is depends on the community cloud that we are using. So what are the problems that we have in the custom development? Let's say you wanted to develop one application end to end. Let's take an example of online shopping, right? So if you wanted to build an online shopping in the Java, so you do need to have a lot of complex coding in the background, then to develop that code, to maintain that code, establish a connectivity, database connectivity. So all those things are, very time consuming, very complex. So what Velocity provides us is, it offers us transactional capacity with less coding, and with just a configuration, we can build our application very easily and with less error prone. So what else is there in Velocity is omni-channel purchase experience, and then CPQ offering. CPQ is nothing but the coding stuff, then compiling user interface and the styling navigation. So with for the user interface, so Velocity and Salesforce provides their inbuilt libraries which we can use for the styling purpose. So where Velocity provides in all those clouds like communications cloud, media and entertainment cloud, energy utilities, insurance, health and government. So Velocity has individual packages for each and every industry. So let's say you wanted to have your client is from communications cloud, then you can install that package and you can start working on. So all those clouds, all those industries, they have categorized and build an Velocity standard package as per their requirement. Let's say that in the communications cloud, you need to provide a quotation to the user for the product that they'll be ordering. Then they'll be ordering that product, and you need to manage that product again, right? And from the back end, you need to successfully deliver that product. So there are few components which are extra in the communications cloud, but same is not required in health cloud, right? So let's take an example of health. Health is just to manage the the patient's history, or to track their database. So there it won't come the order management process. Nobody is going to order something, right? So depends on the cloud, that industry that you'll be working on, there are different components that you'll be using. Okay, but what we'll cover today is there are few components which are generic throughout every industry. So even though you'll be working on any industry, any cloud, these components, those are common across all industries. So today, as a part of the demo, we'll be covering the Salesforce communication cloud. So what communication cloud provides is shared product catalog driven management. So what shared product catalog driven order management means, for all the users of particular client, you will be having one catalog where you'll store all the products configurations and your discounting, your promotions, everything that will be stored, and as per the user's requirement, we can give the promotion to the users. Then what industry specific data model, then the customer life cycle management. And customer life cycle management, it comes like after your quotation, user will generate a quotation for that quote, and then we'll give it to the user for signing the purpose and all. So if you look at the diagram, where comes insurance, health, public sector, and the communications cloud, right? So there are many more, but just for the diagram sake of it. So if you see this data after OmniScript and cards, so these three components are common across all the industries. But if you look at this above portion of the communications cloud, that is very specific to the communication. That is CPQ, nothing but quote management, then contract life cycle management. EPC is nothing but your enterprise product catalog, where you'll manage your product your shared catalog driven product. Then your order management comes where you'll place the order, you'll fulfill the order, and then you'll deliver that order successfully to the end user. You'll maintain that order. So what all are customers of the Velocity? So currently, if you look in the market, Velocity has, more than 100 clients, more than that. So if you see, just look at the communications cloud, Verizon, British Telecom is, a very big client of the Velocity. Then TELUS, MI Telecom, there are many more, and for other industries as well. So Velocity is, growing continuously. So, there are many more customers of Velocity which are not listed here. What are the advantages of Velocity? Are, they have built on top of the Salesforce, so we are extending the existing Salesforce data model. That means we are using a lot of not only the objects of Salesforce, but the all other things like the profiles, your remote, API callouts, your Apex classes in your pages. So most of the things that we are using here in the Velocity as well. Then what faster development of pages and business flows with complex functionality. So how it's faster? Because we don't need to write lengthy lines of code, 1,000 lines of code. It's just a configuration using your Velocity owner scripts and cards. You can build a very fancy UI, and you can, with the Velocity standard layouts and the libraries, you can build a fancy UI for your end customers. Then Velocity provides the pre-configured workflows libraries for you based on your industry. It's easy to interact or integrate with the external systems, like using the integration procedure. Easily you can do the API call out and integrate with the external systems in Velocity. The last but not least is the data process. So the data that is processed in Velocity is in JSON format, which is easy to understand and faster in processing. Velocity out of the box features are Velocity order capture process, then a declarative tool to build flows and complex logic, then order management. In order management, orchestration and decomposition, these 2 points come up. Then your enterprise product catalog management, then Velocity configure price and quoting management, then your digital commerce and card-based API, and the industry-specific data models. Right. So order capture, what order capture is, starting from your account management, your quoting to fulfill the order. That comes the order capture process, right? And in the CPQ, you'll manage the your quotation, your products based on the user and the account. You can give the discount. You can have the product configurations. So that is very user specific. The quotation that Velocity generates is very specific to your user and their needs. Digital commerce and card-based APIs are nothing but to generate a code or to manage your cart. Velocity provides out of the box APIs which you can just use. You don't need to write. You don't need to worry about the background coding of it. So you can directly use those APIs to maintain your cart and to have that cart, display that card very specific to the user. So I'll cover this, what all are APIs that comes under in Velocity, which you can directly use. these all are velocity components, the flex card. Flex card are used to display contextual informations and actions at a glance format. Let's say you have a requirement to display account information of a user. So what you can use, you need to display account information like his address, his details, his account history. Then you need to display what all are orders that particular customer has placed, what all are codes that he has signed, what all are orders that he has saved for later. So let's say you wanted to display a whole uh, account information of that particular user on a single page. In that scenario, you can go with flex card. You can configure the flex card in the backend, and you can give the data source and display it to the user. Next comes is your OmniScript. OmniScript is you'll go with OmniScript when you have a requirement to display a guided path to complete your business process. Guided path is nothing but step-by-step configuration. So step by step, like while placing an order, first you will give an account to select, give user an option to select the account, then select the product, then add the product, configure your product. Configure your product means, let's say you're adding a mobile phone, then choose the color of your mobile phone, then choose the size, company. So all those are configurations for your mobile phone, right? So once you configure that mobile phone, you will add that phone into the cart, right? Then to display a contextual view of your cart, and then place an order. So let's say, so whenever we have this kind of requirement for a guided path, step-by-step configuration, that time we go with the OmniScript. Okay. Then the next is data raptors. Data raptors are, this is a configurable where you can retrieve the information from the Salesforce. You can update data back to the Salesforce, and also you can transform the data based on your requirement. You can convert one JSON format to another format using data raptors. So we do have few types in the data raptors that we'll cover later. Then comes the integration procedure. So integration procedure is a declarative tool which always runs on the server side. So what the main advantage of integration procedure is, to reduce the server calls in your from your flow. Let's say you wanted to have an integrate with third party system, and you want two callouts to the third party system. So having those two callouts in your OmniScript, that will give you result in two server callouts, right? So instead of having that, if you have this two callouts in your integration procedure, that time the server callout will be only once, because integration procedure always runs on the server side. Right. So your execution would be faster with the use of integration procedures. Then this IDX build tool and IDX workbench, both are used for the deployment purpose. Whenever you need to migrate your data from one sandbox to another sandbox, that time you can go with the IDX build tool. Is nothing but a command line interface, and IDX workbench is a user interface where with just a configurations and following the steps, you can deploy your migrate your data from one environment to another environment. So what the OmniScript is and how it looks like. So we'll cover it in detail. OmniScript is a interactive guided path to complete the business process. Then interactive is easy to use, and yet have a complex functionalities. Drag and drop, you don't need to write any code, and you can build an UI. So you can if you wanted to customize anything in OmniScript, so you can configure a template, and with the use of templates, now the LWC components as well. So with the help of your Lightning Web Components, and or if it is Angular OmniScript, with the help of templates, you can build a fancy UI for the customers. See, the cards is to display information and actions in a contextual format. If you see, you can by just looking at the screen, you'll see what the weather is, for which area, what the condition is, how is the temperature. Then you are giving a placeholder. So this is like having information of a single user in on single page, having a whole information to the user. So this will provide you a 360 degree view of your customer account. And card allows us to get the data from multiple sources. So while configuring a card, you can have the data from you can configure the data source as a REST API, or your integration procedure, your data raptor, or your Apex class, your SOCkwell. So you can have you can configure your card and have the data, so any data source. This is how card looks like. Maybe I'll show you the actual view of the environment, how the card will look like, and the user interface of the Velocity. Hmm. Okay, so you can see from the design. Okay, this is how your OmniScript will look like, where you can add the actions from here. You can drag the input components from here, and you can add it. You can. So for now, I'll just preview. This is a very simple OmniScript that I have been built. So this is a step one where we can select a mobile phone as
Ashwini?
per your choice.
Hello.
Yes. Hello.
Your page is not visible. Only I am visible only the PDF. What you are showing?
PDF. Oh, one
Yes.
second. Your screen sharing is paused. Oh, uh, I'm sorry. It's paused, I believe. Can you see now? Still, it's resume. Oh, I did share only this file. I'll stop sharing. Please share. Give me a minute.
It's visible.
So it's now you can see the OmniScript, right? UI.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So this is the user interface for to configure an OmniScript. Uh, so from here you can drag the input. It's just a drag and drop. You can drag the input component of your choice, your requirement. You'll have the actions, the display blocks, everything is there. So this is just a sample OmniScript that I have configured. So if you preview, so from here, let in the preview, it will give us the user interface of our configurations. And as well as if you see in the right side in the data section, so whatever the data that we are processing in the backend, everything is in JSON format. So that is easily understandable. If you see my order ID is this, I'm creating an order for this in this flow. So I'll be selecting one product. Let's take an Apple iPhone. So once I select the product, see my cart is generated, my JSON is changed, right? And it's automatically added into the cart. So for this to select the product and add it into the cart, I'm using the cart-based APIs in the backend, right? That I have configured in my own script. So if you see currently I'm getting this red mark, which is showing me required attribute missing for my iPhone. So I'll click on this configure button. If you see here, this color is, a mandatory attribute to order this phone. So I'll choose anything. So you can configure this product in the Velocity EPC as per requirement. Like if you see this capacity and or operating system, those two things I cannot edit, right? And but the color is something that user can choose. So based on your requirement, you can configure these attributes in the backend and display it to the user. See, now I have chosen the color. Now that error message gone, right? Now this is our valid card. So with this product, I'll select a mobile plan as well. So now I do have only one item in a cart, that is iPhone X. Now I'll add the individual plan. So now I added the simple choice plan. If you see again, it's giving me an error saying that this bundle has an error, right? So it's bundle means it's combination of multiple products. Like let's say in this bundle we have this unlimited text, then a data plan, mobile hotspot, Netflix, everything is there in this simple choice plan. So we have the error here. I'll choose 6 GB. So this is very basic UI that I have configured with Velocity standard components. But if we can have the screen as a separate and a basic screen, and we can manage that through the LWC components. And on click of next, your order will be submitted. So this is the guided interaction for the Omnis script. But for the card, I believe I don't have anything to show for card. But from here, from all the components, we can go and we can configure a card and we can use that. I'll show you how the DR and at least the user interface, how it looks like.
How will we add this velocity to the Salesforce? It's already exists, or we need to?
No. We need to install the Velocity package. So let's say if you're working on Communications Cloud, so you'll install the Velocity Communications package.
Where we need to install these things?
In the Salesforce only. So you have the Salesforce environment and you'll
Okay.
import So you'll download that package from the success community, and you'll install that package here on Salesforce. So you can access the velocity component inside your Salesforce.
Okay.
So this is the user interface for the cards. You can give the layout name, layout type, and you can specify the template. So whenever you'll call this card, it will call this template internally. And you can mention the data source. So for this card, there is no data source, but from here, from the data source list, you can select the data source of your choice. Let me deactivate this for a minute. We can see. No, this is not editable for me. This is out of the box card, so I cannot edit that. But this is the user interface for your card. So you can add the inner card. You can maintain the states. That's all we can do with the cards. And for the data wrappers, I'll show you one. So this is the data wrapper interface where you can specify the object, your query parameters, you can manage the formulas, you can give the output result, and in the preview, it will give us the result with, let's say, I want the account details starting with ED, where it contains ED anywhere in the string. So this will return as the result in the JSON format. So yeah, that's all about the velocity basic components and all. Do you have any questions for me?
There is no need of code.
What?
We need to work. There is no which program we will use here. No need.
You mean code? You
Yes.
wanted to generate a code, right? So what you can do to generate a code, you can use the Velocity Standard API, that is CPQ Velocity CMT app handler dot your create cart API. So that will, and you'll, if you pass the type as a code, object type as a code, this will generate a code for you, and you can use that. The way I have created an order here in the create order, I'm using this create cart. This create cart is nothing but Velocity Standard Cart based API. And in the object type, I'm passing this as an order. So instead of passing this as an order, you can pass it as a code, and you can change this input fields, and yeah, you can create the code the same way with Velocity Standard APIs.
Okay. And one more thing, you said that everything is in JSON format, right? We have to write this in JSON format, or it will
No,
come
no, no, no.
automatically.
This will generate a JSON for you. Like, let the way this OmniScript has generated a JSON for me, right? I haven't added anything, right? I just dragged this component. Let's say I have this remote action. So what I did, from the actions tab, I dragged this remote action, and I just configured it. I gave my remote class name, my method name, my parameters, and they have generated a JSON for me. If you see edit as JSON, so this is the JSON for that this particular action. right? So velocity generates a JSON for us. You don't need to generate a JSON, you just need to have the configurations. So, but if you are good in the JSON, you can write it. But we don't know this key names and all. So you don't try to play with this. You can just use this drag and drop functionality. The velocity will generate a JSON for you.
Is the velocity means it's only a drag and drop, or we have to write any codes here? I mean, any
Uh,
programming language we need to use here.
that is typically depends on the the module that you are working on. Let's say if you're working on the Angular Omnis script, and if you wanted to build a customized UI, so you'll go with the template, right? So in the template, you can use the Angular JS code and syntaxes. But for LWC component, if you're aware about the Lightning Web components of the Salesforce, there you cannot use the Angular JS syntaxes and all, right? So there it's a simple JavaScript and your HTML syntaxes. So based on other than that, you need to use the Apex for a bit of coding. That is the Salesforce language. Yeah. So either if you're working on the Lightning Web components or the templates, so you'll be needing a basic JavaScript and a little bit knowledge of your HTML things. But for this data raptors and with the Omnis scripts and the cards, you don't have to write a code. So you need to write a code only when there is a requirement for customizing the velocity components.
For template, we needed the JSON Apex
Angular
class.
JS. No, Angular
Yes.
JS.
Okay. Then why need to use Apex class?
Apex class, let's say there is a requirement which you cannot, fulfill with just use of your data raptors or your integration procedure. There is a more customization or more things that you need to query in the backend, and you need to do a lot of complex operations that is related to your backend stuff. So that time you'll go and write an Apex method.
Okay. For this,
Anything else?
Salesforce is mandatory.
Salesforce is the basic knowledge of your Salesforce is mandatory. That's what I'll say. Not
Basic knowledge
mandatory,
means
but
admin activities is enough, or we have to
yes.
learn.
No. Admin is enough. Like having the knowledge of basic Salesforce objects, that is enough to start with
Actually,
velocity.
yes, actually, I'm working as a deployment activities and admin. I am taking up the administration activities, but now I'm looking to work in Velocity too. That's the reason I'm learning. So for that reason, I'm asking, I have to learn the Salesforce developing as well, or no need.
No, that is not required at all. So what you can do, just go through that Salesforce admin course. You don't need to complete all the modules. Just complete the data security model, so you'll have the basic understanding, and go through this object structure of the Salesforce. Then yeah, you are good to work in velocity.
Okay. Velocity, how many days it will take for to complete the velocity training?
So this is 35 days training, 1 hour per day. So I'll be covering, everything in detail, like what all are the way I have showed you, right? This is I have already pre-configured. If you see few of the steps I have disabled. So I'll be explaining each and every component, how to build an script, where which action should be used at which scenarios, what is use of all these actions, and the when we go for which component. not with respect to the velocity, but for the data raptors and or other components as well. So we'll be covering everything in detail in our, regular trainings. So this is 35 days course, 1 hour per day.
Okay. Okay, that's all from my side.
Okay. Okay, then I'll stop sharing. We are good to close.
Okay, thank you.
If we don't have anything, yeah. Thanks.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks. Bye bye. Okay.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Lakshmi. Thanks for your time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.